Dragons. Now we're live.
Hey guys, welcome to Waste Out Wednesday. We go live every Wednesday at 10 a.m. and we take junk that's given to us for free or that we find on the side of the road and we turn it into home decor and furniture that we sell in our store and online at JamiRayVintage.com. And today for you, we have...
Hopefully the drawers don't fall out when I lean this forward.
This awesome dresser.
There we
go. That Mary Beth, my adopted sister, gave to us, and it sat outside for a little bit, and we've had some rain, which is good, but also bad for the top, which was already a little bit warped anyways.
We're going to peel this veneer off.
Yeah, it's got some chippy paint, but I'm going to tell you what we're going to do to it. So I was looking at this piece, and I thought, you know what, it's a little bit masculine, and I have been waiting to use the new IOD Exploration transfer. Can you guys see all the cool stuff on here? It's kind of would be great for a little boy's room, and I just feel like this chest would be great for like a small kid at the end of a twin bed. It's not super tall, so they can like get into the drawers easy. So we're going to be using this new IOD transfer, but first Zeb's got to do some repair.
I didn't leave it out in the rain long enough. You could probably start painting drawers and scraping the excess paint off of that. We're going to have to sweep and vacuum after we're done with this video, but that's okay. As you can see, we've got paint on the top of this veneer. So the veneer was probably damaged before, and now we're going to have to deal with it.
We're getting a lot of the fridge and the pantry. So do we want to switch that angle?
A lot of the fridge and the pantry. Oh, the wrinkled rug and the door open because we live here.
Well, I'm just saying maybe come this way towards where I'm at.
You moved over here so you could see comments. I knew what you were doing.
And we're back.
All right.
We got my mom's birthday roses in the background. She turned 82 yesterday, and her middle name is Rose, so she wanted birthday roses.
So some of this veneer probably won't come off right away, and I might have to get out there and sand it. Sometimes veneer is like it comes off halfway really easy, and then the rest of it you got to really fight it, and that may be the case on this piece. So if that happens to you, you can always soak the wood, because I don't want to fight this forever.
Come on, you know you do.
Or what you can do is plank the top, which I don't have the cedar fencing here, but we do a lot of pallet wood with planking the top, or we use cedar fencing. You can get it old salvage wood for the cedar fencing. You can find that a lot of places. People just getting rid of it. Or new cedar fencing can be aged pretty easily. You just pick that up. Right now it's about $4 for a slat down at the hardware store. Normally they were $1.50 years ago, but that's gone. I don't think that's coming back.
Zeb also recently had a fight with the bottom of the pool. Why don't you tell about why there's a Band-Aid across your nose, Zeb?
So the boys, the pool is shallow. It's only 6 feet at its deepest, and it goes up so that you can get into the pool. Anyway, there was a pool floaty, and the boys were diving into the middle of the pool. No biggie. They're small. They were fine. And I shallow dive into the pool. It's the only way I get into the pool, kind of skim the surface. Been doing it for my whole life in shallow pools, and no exception on our pool. But I'm like, you know what? I think I want to dive into that floaty. I think I can fit, because we have some small floaties that the boys like to use, but we got some bigger ones, and I can fit through those. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to dive into this floaty. Well, the trajectory to get into the floaty is more straight down than across. And I went straight down and smoked the bottom of the pool with my nose, and it broke it and was all tweaked over to the side, but we got to snap back into place.
Zeb set his own nose. That's what I'm waiting for to tell you. Like, I was like, Zeb, it's bleeding. He's like, it's okay, let's put a Band-Aid on it. What he didn't tell me was that it was crooked, and so he went like you see on the movies. I'm like, ouch! I'm trying to get him to go.
It took like half a second. My eyes were already watering. So whatever, it's fine. I breathe fine. Everything's good. I'm not going to go to the doctor.
Weird.
Despite everyone's urging, I'm stubborn, and probably more stubborn than you, so I'm not going.
You're more stubborn than me. That's pretty stubborn. All right, I'm like legit stubborn. I'm gonna go with weathered wood on this.
Okay, weathered wood. Anyway, needless to say, we will no longer be instituting the diving into the floaties in the middle of the pool. You got to do that at the deep end. It's 6 feet. It's probably okay there.
I had to tell those boys, I'm like, don't do what your dad does.
I wasn't even thinking about it. I'm like, oh, this would be cool. You know, you do something 100 times and then you have a moment of bad judgment, and here you go, broken nose. I almost made it 40 years of life without breaking my nose.
Well, and we had a humdinger of a day. Jack got stung by, or bit, whatever they do, by a hornet like 3 or 4 times. Redrick went to thrifting with his cousins and must have touched something that had cat hair or latex on it, to which he's allergic, and he was all swollen up. So I gave Redrick Benadryl, but I think he may have had too much Benadryl because he could not make it to football practice.
He was not making it back around. All right. So
Jack went to football practice, hornet bite and all. He put some Band-Aids on it, put his pads on, and he was fine.
So this top, I think, is going to have to go the way of the plank. I'm not going to spend 4 hours here scraping this off with this little scraper.
All right, why don't you show them why you're giving up?
Well, let me get this off here. I'm just going to scooch it over to the edge so we don't knock it all over the place. So what's happening is the middle is still glued on really, really well. And I'm not going to admit defeat. I'm just going to plank it. Because I could, even with a sander, like a belt sander, I spent hours trying to get veneer off so we could get that perfect top. And this is also warped back here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera, but this has got a bubble back here in the thick layer that goes on the top of the veneer. Probably can't see that.
Donna says the dresser needs feet.
Yeah, it might need feet. We have some in the basement.
If we do feet, it's going to not be today.
But this has got so much going on. I would recommend, if you have this issue, I'll go grab a couple boards so I can show you what I'm talking about. We've got some videos on it. If you search up how to plank a top, Jami Ray Vintage, it'll come up, and really easy. But this would take me hours to save this. It's just not worth it.
Sandy says she doesn't know if she's horrified or impressed. We're also glad that it's not a broken neck.
Well, you know, I didn't hit it that hard.
You're going to also need some glue on these.
I don't know that I'd be impressed. I'm just stubborn. So, you know, be impressed by the stubbornness, I guess.
I'm not impressed, and I'm his wife.
She has been trying to get me to go get it checked out like all
I have a really good ENT. I remember.
And she woke up this morning and she's like, you got to go. You got to go get that checked out. This morning, it's really not even hurting that bad. It's
not even that swollen.
It's just mostly swollen in the middle. And my eyes are a little dark. They didn't quite go black all the way. So, you know.
Well, and you have kind of a bigger nose anyway. So
yeah, I have a pretty good beak to start with. And I was trying to grow that rhinoceros horn out. All right, so I'm going to go grab a couple pieces of wood real quick. Just show you what I mean by planking the top. I don't have the right wood or enough of it, but a couple pieces so you guys can get the general idea on this Waste Not Wednesday.
And I'm going to just start painting and getting rid of this chippy paint. It's funny because a lot of people think that like Zeb listens to me and does what I want, but I can tell you right now, when the man doesn't want to do something, there's no making him do it. And if he ain't going to the hospital or the urgent care, he just ain't going. I gave up. Even my mom tried, and she's usually pretty persuasive. All right. And it's not that Zeb never goes to the doctor. It's just he doesn't go to doctors for things like that. All right, we're going to paint this up here. We're going to go weathered wood. I don't have a ton. I'm going to read comments in a minute. Sorry, guys. I wanted to go dark because the transfer is kind of light, so I'm hoping that it shows up well on this. This paint underneath is kind of chippy, so you can expect that the paint on top might get a little chippy when we distress it. So keep that in mind. If you were really worried about it, you would want to like sand off all the chippy situation. If you like this video and you haven't done so, we'd love for you guys to hit that follow, subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. Maybe even share it out with your friends that also like junk makeovers.
Everybody is
still
agreeing
horrified
that it needs feet.
Yeah.
So we do have some feet. So I didn't have these cut because A, I don't have enough of this board, and B, I wanted to show you guys what the top actually looked like before we got started. So I didn't pre-strip this off to see if it was all going to come off or not before the live stream. But this, now that we know I need planks, this is just 3/4 inch pine. I don't have enough of it in the garage either. I'm going to have to go get some, I'll probably get cedar, but I just cut it to length. and then layer it on here. And sometimes these boards will go over. If you don't have like a circular saw, skill saw, or table saw, something like that to cut the board down the length of the wood, then I just make sure that if I have a little lip that it hangs over the back of the thing. And usually it's only like quarter, half an inch. It's not a big deal. But if you have the ability to rip it down and cut it, I would do that so that it fits just nice. And I always put my shortest board on the back, and I don't worry about measuring each individual board and finding what width they all need to be to fit perfectly. I just fix the end very last board. Takes like 2 minutes to throw a plank top on here.
If you're mortified that I'm painting the drawers in place, A, I'm not sorry. I mean, I guess I am a little bit, but B, what we're going to do is when we're all done, we pull all the drawers out and we sand the edges. And I like to paint old dresser drawers like this in place for 2 reasons. One, some of them go in just a little bit further than you might anticipate. So I like to paint inside the lip so that way it doesn't look weird, right? It's kind of like an optical illusion. I can't like change the fact that this dresser is probably 60 to 80 years old, but I can push paint down over the ledges, and then we'll sand it smooth, and then it won't look like the weird line of delineation, like if the drawer goes in a little further than it should for looks. So don't worry about that. That's why I do that. You can do what you want, but that's how I do it. Plus, it's easier on a live show to have the drawers in.
So Mary asked, can't you just sand the top down to the original wood? Yes, you can. It usually takes hours. And because this is not, Jamie, your mic's on. Oh. So you guys can hear everything you're saying over there. Jamie's mom's got a question. So this is pretty thick. It's about 1/8 of an inch thick. Oh. It's not, well, maybe a 1/16, but to sand this down, even on a small dresser like this, takes a long, long time. And it's never flat and perfect like you want it to be. And a lot of times you gouge the other wood because you've gone to a really heavy grit sandpaper. And it's just, I've never had good luck with it. If you're going to do a complete restoration and put new veneer on the top, go for it. That's not what we do here. We paint and we sand and we distress. So that for us is just, it's easier to do it like that.
All right. That's all right. My mom just realized that her insurance expires tomorrow, but her license expired today, so Odelia's gonna need to get a ride. Oh, we actually need to paint really fast here and then smooth out these brush strokes, so don't worry about that. But see where these, yeah. So I was trying to get to that.
Gotcha.
Before I got distracted, you have to work with the paint before it starts drying.
Yeah, so if you're gonna slap it on like we do, just get a bunch on. You got to smooth it out, like around these knobs where there's swirlies. Smooth that out sooner than later. So, brush strokes are good, but we want brush strokes to generally be going in the same direction. I mean, we don't really want it to look like 2-year-old painting. Can you go up and see if my mic turned back on? It's right here. It does say right there that'll be a little slash through it if it's off. A slash? Mm-hmm. Oh, so if I'm talking and it's going boop, 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 boop. No, because it's also picking mine up. Okay, good. All right, just checking. Thanks, Caitlin. She says it's on. What would you suggest on a desktop with worn veneer? You can do plywood if you want it to. So like planking is great, except for on a desk, you might not want planking because then if you write on it, it's kind of weird. But if you were to put a big sheet of plywood over the top of a warped desk, then you could use some thin trim to go all the way around the unfinished edge and kind of make it look finished. I think we've and then you got a nice smooth top to work with. I think we've also done that on the video. We've got, like I said. Do my shorts have pockets? They don't. They're just like plain hound. I think it's called houndstooth biker shorts, and I'm wearing a medium. I probably should be wearing a large because I've gained about 15 pounds this summer. It's been a really good summer. Lots of snacks. All right. So what Jamie's talking about, you can just put plywood on, then you bring a piece of just like 3/4 inch common board 1x2 or something right here, and you can just throw that on there, and then you can router the edge, whatever. It's what they do on tables if you have like an MDF tabletop with a veneer and then a hardwood edge. Caitlin says they look heathered. They are. They're really soft like the joggers. Caitlin, do you think you can find the link and drop that for Donna? We sell these and this shirt on the website. Although the shirt's probably got paint on it. Like legit, I just grabbed whatever was clean and comfortable because I spent about an hour and a half at the shop this morning shipping odd-sized packages that people had ordered that needed to get out. So I had to get something comfortable and
movable. It couldn't have any restriction. We are using DIY's weathered wood.
All right, all my brush strokes are going pretty much the direction I want them to be going. I'm going to hand the brush over so Jamie can paint the side. And because I know you guys love watching paint dry, we're going to dry this front out so that we can put the transfers on here how we want. And then we'll go from there.
I think we'll get some fun crack chippy situation. If you asked a question, I missed it while I was talking to my mom, go ahead and ask it again. Leslie says, I wish you had plus size bike shorts. You know what, Les, I'll look and see if I can grab some. I actually really love them. I wear them to bed. I wear them to work in. I wear them under dresses. They're soft and comfy. Lori got her corbels. So if you guys, Caitlin is fixing the listing to say that they're heathered, not herringbone. Isn't this herringbone, Zeb, where it goes like this?
Yeah, it is a herringbone.
It is a heathered herringbone, Caitlin.
Heathered is just like the fabric, I think.
Yeah, it is a heathered fabric. So if you guys ordered a craft kit, they're in the mail. I can't wait to see your corbels once you get them done. I thought that the clocks were my favorite, but the new corbels are pretty awesome, and they actually took quite a bit to pull the whole box together, so they're fun. I think the next craft kit we're going to do for the next, it'll go out in October, is the next quarter, is going to be some ornaments. So we'll have some ornament cutouts, a special stencil to fit them, and hopefully a stencil brush. My manufacturer is supposed to have our new stencil brushes to us any time now. And we did put up, if you guys missed out on the last craft kit, Caitlin can drop the link. We've got the next subscription box up. It doesn't have exactly what we're doing in it because I haven't made the sample, but if you're wanting to sign up for that and not miss out on the next craft kit, go ahead. This last time we had 176, I think, or 174 craft kits, which is awesome. The very first time we did it, I think we had 90. So they're getting more popular, and people are definitely not canceling. If anything, some people have asked if they can get more than one craft kit, which is really fun for us. Zeb and I went there, what, Saturday?
Yeah.
And got them shipped out and packaged up. It was a group effort. We had Ashley helped, and Ivy, and then my girls helped pack the paint
and the
little wax and the top
sealer.
coat. And Eliza, if you got a craft kit, look at the little wax container. Eliza was obsessed with it. It's like a little, it almost looked like an eyeshadow container. She's like, do you have extra containers? Because she wants to make her own lip balm. We finally found the right size containers because we've had a problem. We either have to not fill the containers or put way too much product in it. And so we finally found their exact right size for what we needed.
All right, hopefully we'll be done heat gunning here shortly so we can turn that off, guys. We just, on the live stream, we got to hurry and get it dry so you can see it in real time. Normally, like we say, we got to disclaim it every time, I feel like, because someone always asks. Excuse me. But normally we'd let this go sit in the garage or throw it out in the sun and just let it dry out.
Yeah. When you get your craft kit, there's a big QR code on there. You just put your phone over it and it'll take you to the video because it's a private link only for the craft kits. If
you're not able to do that with your phone or whatever, and you need to get it, just message us and we can send you the link.
Yep.
I mean, the video is actually fine. We could put it up public so everybody could see it, but it's very specific to the craft kit. And if you didn't get it, you're probably going to feel left out.
We don't want people to feel sad. Maybe we can edit it down and just make it about unfinished corbels, because we do sell unfinished corbels.
It's pretty much edited down.
Yeah. There were like 8 packages that didn't get a QR code, and Caitlin sent out emails with a link to the video.
All right, almost there. We got to get this dry enough that we can get a transfer to stick to it.
Well, we probably should. Are we going to put some sealer on it too?
Do you want to seal it first?
No,
I think we can. I think since we didn't distress it yet, I think we can get it to work.
All right, I want to use the big ship and maybe the little ship. So we need to figure out where. I think the bottom for the big one. I don't know.
This style dresser is perfect for doing all over transfers because the drawers are inset instead of having a lip out on the front here. So you can just carry it over the base of the dresser too if you want.
Odelia got a ride home.
All right, good job, Odelia.
I'm like, who's that car parked out front? So
she's very resourceful.
we're going to be in Vegas next Monday and Tuesday, and so she had to get her own rides. It's quite the ordeal when you're going out of town to get all your kids to all their activities.
The Vegas trip is exciting because we're going to, I'm basically going to
How excited are you?
I'm going to haul stuff and hang out with Jamie and Debbie because Debbie's meeting us there. But it's like the clothes. We're looking for new clothing vendors that we want to deal with more directly than just the wholesale outlets online. And maybe even find someone that can make specific things that we're looking for. So we're going to go to that and, have a little fun and take a little, it'll be a workcation for sure. They're always workations, but it'll be fun too.
Oh, Jane says she doesn't have a smartphone. Jane, we'll email you a link. Sorry, guys. It's like the easiest way to get the link out. Maybe we'll send next. You know what? Next week we need an extra video.
I'll just throw the video up. That way, if you missed how to do them, I mean, you can always take your own spin on it. But the way we do it, we got really good chippy results with the milk paint really easily. So we just show you how to do that on the corbel.
I wanted to use only supplies from the craft kit and show you can do it because I have a lot of people like, I can't get it to chip. And so I literally just went through every single step, didn't hold anything back, nothing special. And they got really chippy. I can show you guys how they turned out. Let me grab them.
Yeah, I can grab them for you.
And then, it's okay. I'm just painting the back.
You were painting the back? What?
Well, the back's painted brown, so I felt like
the back is painted brown. Huh? All right. So there we have it. Where's that transfer? I got to start getting placement going.
Oh.
Okay, so Jamie showed this earlier. If you're just joining,
do you need to tap
it? This is the new Iron Orchid Designs Transfer Exploration. They're 12 by 16 sheets.
Here's the ones I did for the video. We'll post this video up on Monday for you guys because we actually need an extra video because we're going to be in Vegas. So that's actually perfect timing. But if you need the video before Monday because you got a craft kit, then Caitlin, just email her and we'll send it to you.
So these are fun. These are CNC'd. Let me show you how cool they turned out and chippy they look compared to, this is the model of them. And I cut these out by hand. And I think we got pretty close. So I made this one by hand and then we transferred it over to the CNC. So if you guys have been wanting this corbel, you got it in the craft kit.
Yeah. Well, in the video, we can show them the corbel options we have that aren't in the craft kit because we do have quite a few. This is so bubbly back here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's got like little mountains and waves. I was going to keep going, but I'm like, oh, I got to peel off that second layer. I'm just going to plank it and walk away. I'm going to call it a day on that instead of fighting the top of this dresser that, it was given to us for free, but at the thrift store for something like this, had it been in similar condition, they probably would have just pitched it if it had been all bubbly on the top. If we'd have gotten this on like say Facebook Marketplace or something in that condition,
it would have been like $20.
Yeah, it would have been probably $20. And if we were going to be selling it, how much are we going to sell this for?
So in the shop, this will probably sell, if we add feet to it, for a couple $100, and then on the website, probably about $4.95 because it costs about $300.
Yeah, so it just doesn't make sense to spend 4 or 5 hours, which is probably where we'd be at time-wise by the time we actually got that sanded down and stripped down to where it needed to be, whether you're soaking it, sanding it, whatever you're doing. And if you soak it, you run the risk of taking even more layers off.
Well, the other thing too is I think that a plank top on this is going to look really good. Like I not only is it a time saver, but it's just going to look great. Give it some extra like texture. We can stain it dark with Dark and Decrepit. So I think that's going to be a good option.
Guys, who's into hot air balloons and aviation? Hot air balloons are super hot right now. How many different?
How are you doing?
They've got tons.
All right, I think I got it all painted
in here. I like the architectural details. I love that kind of stuff drawn out to see how they actually drew it out before and then. So this is the big ship.
Oh, Caitlin, the shorts should all be $9.95. That was probably a misstep. The small are not $19.95. It's just shorts. Deb says, I got my kit. Everything was so well packaged. Yay. We were trying to figure out like the best way to package them. And I was like, you know what? We can put the paint in between the corbels and that will act as a barrier. And then we bubble wrap the crap out of them. And then we put that in a padded flat rate. And I'm glad that it arrived alive.
I'm loving all the details on these. Oh, look, there's a whole alphabet back here. You could make your own word.
Amy said you had a dream about hot air balloons. Tina says, this is my first craft box. Can you tell me everything in the bags? So there's pitch black milk paint. And there you either got Flower Sack or Sweetie Jane, because we had 2 different colors that went out for the colors of the corbel. So if it's white, it's
so you
Flower
might be able
Sack.
to make a white one like I showed you.
Yeah,
Or
either or. And then you got a little thing of the Sweet Pickins wax and a little thing of Sweet Pickins top coat. And then everybody got a brush. Some people got the Worcester brush and some people got the Palm Pro. They're almost identical in size, a little bit different, but the utility is the same. And I didn't have enough because we had so many that got ordered of one style of paintbrush. So we just shipped one or the other to you.
All right, Jamie, I need you to come around front here and tell me how you want this to be. I'm thinking ships on the bottom, and then we could do maybe like the hot air balloons up top. What do you think?
I don't know. I wasn't going to do a ton. So I'm going to block this with my...
Well, here, come stand over here. It's dangerous for you over there.
I have a dangerously
so just
high
be
button
careful
today.
when you're doing stuff. There's paint that's got glue.
Oh yeah, you don't want to get that. No, I'm just
you don't
fixing
want
this.
that on your transfer.
The thing is, these corners are a little bit wet, and you don't want to.
Well, you can heat gun them. I tried to heat gun that one a lot. It's really
No,
got
you have to smooth it out first.
Okay. While she's doing that, I'm going to give you a real good close-up of how bad this top is.
Okay, so
it wasn't that bad when we got it. It was peeling and starting to bubble up, but then it got left in the rain, and things got worse.
So this is the first one, and I definitely want to incorporate the, maybe not this kind of steampunk cog here, but I love the compass. But look how big that is, because I kind of feel like and I would push this part all the way up against the knob. That makes sense. And then I want the water to kind of be on the bottom. Let's do that
Where's
first.
the applicator that came with that?
It's over there. Let me find the other boat.
Is over there, over here?
Over here, over there. I had it over there.
Okay.
I'll find it for you. Do you want to find the other boat and I'll find the applicator?
Yeah. The other
clear.
boat is in here. Yeah, I'm scanning for it. I don't see it.
Leslie says, I love the Palm Pro. Do the shorts run on the smaller side? So I'm 164 pounds right now and I'm wearing a medium. And I have an ample size bum. So I would say they're pretty average.
I'm going to cut this out if I can find the scissors.
Where?
I have no idea.
No tools. No scissors. Maybe they're under your pile of situation here on this side.
So we had the scissors out yesterday, but I don't know where they went.
Odelia, could you go look upstairs in the desk and see if you can find scissors? I don't want to go off camera, but I bet I can find a little applicator stick somewhere else.
Go ahead. You'll be fine.
Okay.
We need it. I'm going to do this one without scissors. We're going to go with the big transfer because we got to get something going. You guys are just standing here watching us wander around.
Like crazy people. And people are like, why aren't you guys ever ready?
Why aren't we ready? We're mostly ready.
We think we're ready. But then it turns out, hey, we're not.
All right. So this is, Jamie, do you want the compass and the cog to be up, the gear to be up on there, or do you want to cut those out too?
No, I want to cut those out.
All right.
So try not to get those on there.
I actually have to wait then.
Odelia,
I
find
had
your
scissors yesterday, so where did they get put?
I don't know.
Odelia cleaned up.
The good
Found
news
some
is, oh, where were they?
in the way back of the drawer.
They were in the knife drawer. That's where they go.
I know.
Did you not look there?
I did. They were in the way back.
Oh.
I didn't look in the way back. Wouldn't be a live stream if we didn't have to watch us wander around and use a heat gun loudly.
Screw that. And now they can hear me no matter where I go because I'm wearing a mic.
Yeah.
So I better watch what I
All right,
say.
so I'm just trimming the excess of the grid off where I'm leaving the pattern on there, but I don't want the backer because I need to try to get that close to the knob.
I'm going to go look in the big green cabinet. What? We found scissors.
Jamie, just remember your mic's on if you're wandering around.
I know, I already said that.
Okay. So I'm able to set that all the way down on the bottom there. And it's just freshly painted, so it is going to probably fight me a little bit. You don't want to wiggle it around too much. Betcha I could use the back of this. To get it to adhere. And then we'll seal over the top of it, and it should be fine.
Like, where could that mic have gone?
That stick?
Yeah, the stick. Sorry, the stick, not the mic. I'm wearing a mic. Where's the stick? Maybe it's underneath there. Like when we lifted this up and pushed it back.
Doubtful.
Just lift it back a little.
All right.
All right, you're correct.
So over there in a box, in the where we keep the stamps, or in the basket where the extra paints are, there's probably a mic.
A mic? Now you're calling it a mic
Or
too?
not a mic, a stick.
I know this is funny.
Who knows what's going on? Back of the scissors is also working, guys.
All right, so
You gonna open a new transfer?
no, I don't have a new transfer, but I do have these popsicle sticks. I was using them for church to write the kids' names on so we can choose who's going to help out with singing time without duplicating. See if that helps.
Yeah, that'll work.
They come with plastic sticks, I promise. I had one in my hand. I just don't know where it went. Okay. Do we ship to Dubai? Caitlin, I don't know. Oh, the focus is having issues, Zeb. Can you fix that? There you go. Sorry about that. Jana says, I love the authenticity of the rays. It's like we're family.
It's like if you actually came over to the house and you're like, let's do this craft together. And then here we are and we can't find all this stuff.
Seriously, the thing is that we did have that. Like the scissors we didn't have, but we did have the applicator. I'm going to tell the IOD.
Well, Jamie walked in from shipping stuff right before the live stream and grabbed a transfer. So I didn't know we were going to do a transfer.
Robert says, I love those transfers. I must have done 6 projects and I still have a lot more to do. I also got my decoupage sheets in the mail yesterday and I can't wait to use them.
Nice.
Jana says she totally could not find her plastic stick this morning. So part of today's video is to show you, once you lose your stick, the options that you have for application. We totally planned it.
It's on purpose. All right. Do you want to cut while you're waiting on me? Do you want to cut that other?
Yeah. You want me to cut out the other ship?
The other ship, yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully I'm not blocking this.
And I'll try to watch this to make sure we don't go blurry again. Sorry, guys. We've been in an effort to improve our lives and be able to stream both on YouTube and Facebook. We've started to use StreamYard and do the mics, and we have a newer camera that we just invested in. But there's a little bit of a learning curve with it. So you guys
get to come along with us on the journey of figuring out all of the technical difficulty stuff.
So I'm wondering if we should do this on the bottom or we should do it like on the second drawer.
Like there's ocean here too?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think that works. And then maybe a hot air balloon. There's an airplane in there.
You are really itching to use the airplanes and the hot air balloons. Let's do it one piece at a time.
One piece at a time.
So we can decide what we want. And we have the compass. Where's the ideas on the back? So we could also do, you could do the wheels on one side. I'm just looking at it. to determine what to do. Yeah, we could do some airplanes up there on the top. See if there's any questions. What is the tube that transfer called again? This is called Teganique. This is exploration. I'll see if Caitlin can drop a link. How is the church going? It's all right.
We're jumping through a lot of hoops right now.
I'm dealing with the SBA and all of their questions. And as much as I love them, I have no idea what they're asking. So luckily, Ivy's husband is now our CPA. And he is helping answer my questions. And for whatever reason, the lender and the SBA email me like at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, because they must be really busy. And it always stresses me out, like right before I'm supposed to go to bed, because then I have a question and they don't answer it because it's so late at night. And then I have to wait till the next day. And then I got to fret about it all day. So hopefully we get it figured out. But so far, it's doing all right. Oh, Caitlin says that she already dropped it and she answered Teganique. Sorry, I am reading old stuff. What color did you use? We used weathered wood on this. And Angela says she thinks we should use the compass.
The compass where?
I used weathered wood because there's a lot of
Where would
light
you want
colors
the compass to be?
Where do I want the compass to be? Well, the compass is usually up in a corner, yeah? Like if it was on a map or something. So I'm thinking like right here. Either up here or down here on that top door.
Yeah, we can do that.
Ooh, I like that boat.
It's actually really easy. I mean, I'm having to press pretty hard because this paint, I mean, you saw us heat gun it. It's only been on here 10 minutes.
Well, also that is not the correct applicator.
This is not the right applicator. It's working. And, you know, if you really want to make sure that we use the DIY clay-based paint, and it is a little on the chalky, porous side. So if your stuff's not sealed, it can be even in a perfect situation. Like we still recommend sealing it. That's you're going to get your best results that way.
Best practice is to seal, paint, seal, let it dry completely, then apply transfer, burnish the transfer, then apply another coat of top coat. We get asked a lot about like what types of top coat to use, and we only recommend using all natural top coats.
Water-based.
Water-based. If you ask us about top coats from the hardware store or things from other brands, I don't really know how they'll react. I just know that anytime people use non-all-natural or non-water-based or really harsh sealers, that they run the risk of having their transfer bubble up, because what happens is so the chemicals that are in the sealer that you're using, if it's not all natural or not water-based, they have gases in them, which are not good for you or the environment really, but they have them, right? And so as those gases and it dries, they off gas, which means they let that gas out and it goes underneath the transfer and could cause it to bubble and curl. So that's why you want your top coat to be really cured. And that's why it's also best not to use anything that's harsh or has chemicals in it. A little science lesson. So hopefully that helps. Donna from Crescent Moon says she's loving that ship. And Tracy says, do we look under the laptop? Zeb doesn't like me to touch the laptop.
The laptop hasn't moved since Jamie's been home.
But so. I did look and it's not there. Can I use milk paint over salt wash on my corbels? Absolutely.
So I lost a little bit of the transfer right here. The paint was actually kind of damp. And right here too, it's not, you can see it's a little darker. It's not quite dry. So there's that.
You have paint on your lip.
That's okay.
It's okay.
I can't really feel my face very well right now. It's all kind of swollen. So I'm not really noticing things with my face right now.
Oh, Debbie from Erda, Utah's on. Can't wait for our move. Carol says use a credit card.
Yeah, you could use a credit card. That's a good. So right now I'm just taking the stick and I'm basically breaking the transfer where the drawer is.
Caitlin is laughing. She says he doesn't need to go to the doctor, but he can't really feel his face.
Yeah, Caitlin, I don't go to the doctor ever. You know this.
And
they're great. They're amazing people. They've got their place. It's for other people than me.
Jen says, what an awesome explanation. For all that times I've used transfers, I've never heard that. I can't take credit for that explanation. That comes directly from Sally and Josie and every time I've ever talked to them about transfers, and it's stuck into my head.
So we're going to distress this. So there will be probably a little gap in the ship here, but I'm just going to take the edge of this and try to, you could take a knife or something like that. I like to break it. Looks more organic. We like the organic, kind of rustic, distressed
That's
look
what we're
around
gonna call
here.
it. Rustic and organic. Odelia said that would be cute for a little boy's room. Odelia's joining late because we mentioned that in the beginning of the video, but I know not everybody pops on at the same time. Yeah, I was thinking definitely this is kind of a more masculine style dresser, but also with the right things, it could totally go in like a more gender neutral room too. Like it doesn't just have to be little boy. I was wanting to use milk paint on a buffet, but it is huge. Is it feasible to use white paint on something like that? It is, but if it's huge, I would order a gallon because it takes 3 to 4 coats sometimes, depending on how shiny it is with the white. Another option is you can do like a coat of DIY paint and then a couple coats of milk paint, and that helps too. But then sometimes it doesn't always chip the same.
Okay,
so.
compass. Let's go north to the top. I'm going to put it in the corner of this drawer.
Do we sell the Chancellor? Jacqueline, we do. If you go to JamiRayVintage.com. Oh, Caitlin already dropped the link, but there's a link in there. And then when we're no longer live, we will make sure to put links in the description for the products that we're using too. Are you ready for fall? And what do you have for the upcoming fall season? I designed some fall stencils, if that's what you mean. I haven't done anything for fall. I'm enjoying summer. I think it's because we got a pool. I'm like trying to soak up every last bit of the summer. But when we get back from Vegas next week, I will start implementing fall into the shop. For me, fall winds up being lots of like muted greens, pumpkins in varying textures, and some foliage. And that's about it for me as far as fall goes.
Speaking of muted greens, you should show them my my bread box that I did yesterday. I sanded it and distressed it. It turned out cool.
All right.
And I have the backer decoupage now too. So if you're wondering what we're talking about, we have a channel membership that you can join on our YouTube page, and we do a couple of live streams that are just for the membership every month, and we were working on some bread boxes and some candlesticks and stuff yesterday while we chatted.
Where did you put the decoupage part?
Oh, I have it over there on the table.
Okay,
all right, so compass up here. I feel like the compass is really stark. It needs some distress and age. It just looks like a badge or a sticker up there.
It's a badge of honor.
Hold on, let me focus it and see if it'll focus. There we go. Can you guys kind of see that? How it's just kind of floating? The ship, because it goes across the drawers, I feel like that's a little better, but that almost just looks like a logo up there. So I'm going to distress that. We got asked the other day, do you have to seal before you distress? And the answer to that is no, you can distress and then seal.
Oops.
Here, I can show them.
All right.
Where do you want that other
little knob was?
Yeah, I have that little knob.
Where is it?
I have it. It's over in
I saw it and I was like, what is that?
It's in the windowsill in the mudroom.
Oh, okay. All right. Well.
Okay, Jamie, just before I set this on here, do you like the placement of this ship?
Yes, I do.
Oh, were you looking on the camera?
Yeah, I was sorry. Did you not think I was watching? Do you think I was just messing around with you?
I thought you just didn't look and said, yeah, it looks great.
All right. I'm not going to move this a lot because I don't want it to fall down, but this is Zeb's bread box. If you guys recall the other day, we used the B&B Barn decoupage paper on the insert. And you just sanded this. So he did Salty Kiss with a whitewash, and we're going to secure that part that keeps falling down. And then the turquoise is peeking through. So if you watch the thrift haul, you saw what this looked like before, and then we painted it on our channel member live yesterday.
Told them all about it.
Oh, sorry. On Friday of this week, we're actually going to be doing a bunch of thrift flips for that video, so stay tuned for that one coming up.
Actually, I think since this ship is up on this one, it looks like it's smaller. It's working for the foreshortening. It just looks like it's off in the background on the ocean. Yeah, and this guy's here splashing in the surf.
This dresser is full of ship, S-H-I-P. So I think it needs some extra stuff.
Yeah, so I was telling him this feels like it's floating up here.
Well, it comes with
all kinds of things.
Horrible things. Let me see if I can find them. They look like architectural detail.
Yeah, I saw those. I really liked those actually.
They're right here. So I don't know. It's got anchors for ropes, but then it's got these and it's got this. So I don't know if you want to try to figure that out.
I don't know if there's a good place for those. Oops.
That would break off into pieces. Maybe we do want to use some of like the wheels and cogs. Is that what it's called? These things?
The gears.
The gears? That's the word. Yeah. Like, I'm going to put this one right here, Zeb, so it comes off the side of the drawer, and then do another one like over here to balance it out.
This little ship is giving me a little bit more work that's got more detail on it. This is where sealing it, if you had the time to wait for the sealer and you weren't on a live stream video, would come in really handy.
And I'm just using the back of the scissors.
That's what I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I wasn't really paying attention. I should have watched what you were doing. I was just going rogue over here.
Before you brought me this handy dandy stick, I used the scissors.
You're resourceful.
Well, and I was also using the back of this scraper.
Oh, gotcha.
I
I
was getting creative with it.
This helps ground this a little bit. And then if we can find another smaller one, we can do one here, or we could even do one off to here. Let me see what we got. Let's see. There is a little tiny rowboat.
Where do you want to put that?
I don't know. I think it's too small for my ship situation. Ow, that's my foot.
Sorry.
That's okay. You did not step all the way on my foot.
All right, so let's show you this boat. Seems dark. Hang on. Okay, so that one's on there. Really detailed on these. I can get closer.
So we could put like a world, like a globe on here if you wanted to.
I feel like that's trying to make it too matchy and balanced.
Yeah, so we could also do this little glider guy kind of off here. I think he's fun. And then one little tiny gear over there. Can you cut out this little gear?
Yep.
Put him on there, and
Where
then
do you
a
want
glider.
it, up top here?
We'll cut it out, and then we'll decide if we want to put it next to the compass or up on that side area there. So I'm going to use my fingers to really burnish this and bring it down.
All right. So right here?
Or up here.
Up there?
Yeah, I like it over there.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to check comments to see if we have questions.
Oh, look at you. We're on the same page. I was like, you want to check comments and see what people are saying?
It's like you're in my head.
See if they are loving it or hating it.
That looks great, Zeb. I decided I'm going to live to be 100 so I get to see my grandkids go up. I think that's a good idea. And Caitlin says, perfect. That looks so much better being a cluster. Yeah, I can't really tell what the larger ship is. I don't know. Put a gear below the one you just did to left. Jay, what paint you recommend? Oh, it's blurry. Oh, it's not blurry. Oh, it's blurry again.
It's just trying to focus on your face.
Don't focus on my face. I'm not wearing makeup.
I have the autofocus on. Maybe I should turn it to manual.
All right,
hunts
so we
less.
have, let's see.
All right, so we got a little gear there. I think that works. And I think I will take that plane. And I don't know. I almost feel like right here in the middle on that little airplane, Jamie.
All right, you want to cut it out, and I'll look at it from the screen. Sometimes it helps to look from far away. If you're just tuning in, we are going to be fixing the top with planked wood, so don't worry about that one. Let me see if I missed any other questions. Jan says she loves it. StreamYard needs to add emojis. Are there still, I think there's still emojis on YouTube, but they come up different on our end. And there's also emojis on Facebook. I'm seeing those.
Okay, Jamie.
No, it needs to go on the left side of, or yeah, on over there, but down, over. Nope, to the left somewhere. All the way to the, yeah, there we go.
That's going to be hard.
No, okay, so over more towards the drawer. That's good right there.
So you just want it all on the drawer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that's it for this dresser. I don't want it to be too crazy. Maybe if we, you know, we could add, which would be fun. There's like these A, B, C, D, E, F, and they're like sign language. We might add that for some fun. And there's also numbers. We could, oh, you know, we could put a number. Should we make this 1917?
Sure.
Okay. Because there's all these numbers that come with this. We could put that on the bottom left side, and that would balance it out. Donna wants new YouTube emojis for channel members. Have we done the sheep yet, Zeb?
No, I need to do.
Okay.
I agree,
So
Donna.
if you're a channel member on YouTube, we will get sheep emojis up this month, so you guys can use them on our videos.
And I'll probably take some off because there's a bunch that I don't see people use.
You can overlap the transfers as well, Angela. I do it quite a bit. Just know that sometimes when you distress, if they've been overlapped, the outline of the transfer underneath will sometimes come through the overlapping transfer. I've learned that the hard way. Bethany says she loves our kitchen. Thank you. And Mickey thinks numbers would look awesome. Diane, we are fixing the top. We are going to be planking it. We were going to just peel off the veneer, but we realized partway through this video that that wasn't going to be a good option. Kaylin says she's pretty sure there are sheep emojis on YouTube, so apparently there are.
I can look and see.
No, there are. So maybe we could do a dresser. Wouldn't that be funny? Just have like an antique dresser emoji. Do we have a paintbrush emoji?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, maybe we'll do those too. Yeah, there's sheep emojis. Heidi's dropping them. Donna's dropping them.
Are they cool sheep or are they
144 decor. I don't know. I have to on StreamYard. I can't see them.
So we need to. This needs to dry a little bit more. We need to sand it, distress it, seal this. I'm going to wager that we're either going to do big top or a wax on this.
You know, we also need to do. We need to finish the dresser from 2 weeks ago.
I was working on that before we got started, actually.
So we'll get those done and we'll share those. So.
Here, I want to show you my bread box close real quick so you guys can see it.
We're going to show you the bread box. I can also show you guys. I like to show you guys different finishes. If you guys watched the haul on Saturday, this is the mirror that was on there. I just got that done. And this is just water lily and black wax. I think it turned out pretty good.
All right. Let's see if we can show this close. All right. So there's, oh, Jamie's dropping stuff. So there is the bread box with the decoupage. And I don't think it's not glued in. So this is probably going to fall. I wanted to show you the top and the sides because I was layering and playing around with paint, and I think it turned out really cool.
All right, guys. If you want to buy the products that you saw us use today, it was weathered wood and the exploration transfer, and Zeb's bread box was salty kiss with a whitewash with white swan, and then I had water lily and black wax. So hopefully that helps you guys when you're looking for stuff on the website, JamiRayVintage.com. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more
DIY.
Love you guys. Thanks for joining us today.
All right, you have to hit end.
I have to hit end broadcast. Got it.